Hello, hello. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. My name is Talia Joy, and I am so excited we are together again. Yay! Let's take a moment just to take a breath, sink in. And how are you doing today, my love? Are you hydrated? How have you been resting? How's your nervous system feeling? How's the mind? How's the body? Take a deep breath down to your belly. I am so excited that you are here today. And as always, however you're feeling, just know that this is a safe space and you are absolutely welcome here. Okay, well, today we have such a great episode. We are talking about the power of deciding. And we're going to get into why I'm saying it like that, why I'm saying it so deciding, and just how this is such a powerful energy. This is such a powerful word, and how you can use this energy to move you forward and to really help you to not only create like what people would say is motivation or determination. It creates like a life force energy. It creates a hunger. It creates a bit of grit, but it also opens us up for miracles energetically. It opens us up for possibilities, and it truly is the thing that opens you up for success. So I cannot wait to talk to you about all of this stuff. And if you are new to the show, let's just take a second. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. This is where we talk about all things personal transformation, awakening, manifestation, spirituality, intuition, and really creating the life that you are meant for. To walk hand in hand, to activate your higher self, to truly live the life that you see in your mind's eye. And before we jump in, just a quick note, if you're looking for more tangible, practical tools, either press play style tools or deep dives into specific topics, weekly practices, I've got two options for you. They sound like they're the very same name, but I promise you they're not. One is called On the Path, my private podcast, where this is podcast education, meditations, monthly themes. We're just moving through intuition month right now. We have deep dives, weekly practices, so many things there that you need. And it's really bite-sized education based. And the beginning of the show there, right at the beginning of the episodes, if you scroll all the way to the very beginning, it's an entire course. And this is my personal transformation / manifestation signature process, all there on the path right at the beginning in bite-sized education audio. So you can just press play, start moving through it. And it teaches you literally personal transformation, including how to identify what you truly want in life, how to heal the core wounds that hold you back. We even go into inner child healing and inner teenager healing, all the way up into reprogramming the brain, conscious and subconscious reprogramming, the art of deliberate creation, aka manifestation, and even how to close the gap energetically on your big goals between where you are now and your big goals. So it is a personal transformation, all my core teachings and trainings and principles all in one place. And then we have hundreds that you can catch up on, but we have weekly episodes that come out every week that are weekly practices on Mondays and deep dives throughout the week. It's just such a great place, as I said, for micro bite-sized education. And then the other thing that I have for you that if you have not checked out, oh my goodness, you need to. This is called the Path app. I told you, they sound the same. The Path app, oh my goodness, the responses I've been getting from you guys. It has been heartwarming. I thank you so much, and I am so glad that you're enjoying it. So this app is like really everything you need in your pocket. There are hundreds, well, I don't know if hundreds, but definitely close to 100 meditations, and they're always being added. Articles on things like how to clear your energy and creating morning routines, as well as ways to have burn and release ceremonies and so many things that you can just take in. It's like healthy scrolling. It's the best place. So there's the articles. We also have journal and reflection prompts, like actual processes when you want to move through something. We have background sounds, which might even be one of my favorite parts. So, like 1 or even 3 hour background sounds. Some are more upbeat while you're cleaning or working or whatever. Some Some are used to sleep or relaxation, meditation. There are also sleep audios. There are somatic practices. There are movement practices, everything from actual exercise that we channel our highest self while we exercise into movement, like intuitive movement, moving energy through, shaking out your day. So this place is really all in one, and I would love for you to try it. You can try it for 5 days free and just see if you like it. It's a regular app like every other app. The link is below. You can join, you can cancel from within the app if it doesn't resonate at any time. And I would love to see you over there right now because we've just launched it within the last month or so. The price is only $11.11 per month, and that is going to go up as we get settled and establish the app. But as I said, it is such a sacred space when you feel good and you're excited to manifest, or when you feel heavy and you need, different tools. So I'm so excited to serve you there. So make sure to check out On the Path, the private podcast, and or the Path app, the beautiful app you're going to fall in love with. It's literally the app I wish I had. But anyways, enough about that. Sorry for the little tangent there. I just get so excited with the stuff that I'm doing these days. It just is so exciting. And anyway, let's move into the episode. You know where to find those links if you want them. And we're going to move into the episode. Today, we are talking about the power of deciding. So take a sip of your water, drop your shoulders, and let's dive into today's episode. Okay, here's the first thing that I want you to know. Manifestation/creation starts with a decision. So when we say manifestation, I've talked about this on the show. If you've listened to a lot of the episodes, you've probably heard me say this, but I want to be really clear that manifestation is really just the art of creating. So if you want to manifest better health, the path there is the same as creating better health. If you want to manifest more money, the path is the same as creating more money. So often we think manifestation is going to be something we do. We do a bunch of like specific /fancy /elite, practices or chants or something. And then it's just going to come in. So I do believe we are guided by the universe, and this isn't what this episode is about, so I'll keep this part brief, but I do believe we are guided. Synchronicities happen. Things absolutely do pop through or drop in, and we're like, whoa, I manifested that. And there is a whole lot of energy of creation behind that. My team shows it to me like the final drop-in, like when the cash arrives or when the synchronistic event happens and all of a sudden you're in a new car, like when the moment of creation actually happens, that's an accumulative, there we go, effect of everything that has happened before that point. So for example, an example that's really easy to, see this in action. If somebody wants to get healthier and say they have weight loss as a goal in the process of making them healthier, if they, go out to, get fit, whatever the margin or the measuring is, okay, Talia, whatever they're going to measure, whether it's weight or strength or how many squats they can do or how many pull-ups they can do or inches, whatever they're going to measure, the moment they get there, that they're celebrating with their personal trainer, they're like, oh my God, I hit my goal weight or I hit my goal measurement or my goal squats or whatever. That moment is just the moment where it all comes together. But think of how many things that person did up until that moment, all the times going to the gym, all the times going for walks, all the times choosing food that, their body understood or that their body wanted, nourishing foods, looking after themselves, right? So the point where the manifestation drops in is not any less in some ways practical than if somebody achieves their goal in health. Does that make sense? Again, you guys know if you've been around the block with me, sometimes I'm not sure if I make sense. I get into weird metaphors. I try to, explain what I see in my mind, but I'm hoping since you guys are my homies, that you can help me decode my brain and that you get it. Okay. So, so manifestation is not just like us chanting and, praying and then bam, it drops in. There is a whole middle ground. And so why I'm bringing all this up is that manifestation is the art of creating. And when we are starting to create something, whether it's a business, whether it's healing, No matter what we're creating, whether it's physical or it's emotional, energetic, whatever, if we're creating space in our life, if we're creating a partner or, opening up for a relationship, no matter what, it starts with a decision. Most people are trying to manifest without ever deciding, especially when it comes to manifestation. I feel like if you're in purely the self-growth world and say you're at a Tony Robbins event or something, and it's not as much about manifestation, but more as about like, you can do anything you want to do. That's a decision. Like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do it, or I'm going to, decide to start a business, or even if it's like communicate differently or forgive my parent or whatever, all of that is a decision. But often when we get into manifestation, maybe because manifestation seems kind of mysterious, we kind of maybe, I don't want to say avoid the work, but there's a group narrative in the realm of manifestation that you do all this stuff and then it just drops in. But I notice within myself, and this is just like even in my day, if I don't decide, I waffle. So you might be a different personality type than me. I know there's like type A and type B and blah, blah, blah. And so you may be like me, you may not. But I notice if I have a day of stuff to do, I have to like make a list and decide what I'm doing. If I don't decide what I'm doing, again, saying that on purpose, I'll get to that in a second, I will waffle. And then I like half do this and half do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the dishes. And like, oh, I'm in here. So now I'm going to clean out the kettle. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the laundry. And I will half get done a lot of things. That could be the same in my business. If I have a ton of things to do today, but I don't really know, I'm not really deciding what to do, I'll do like a little bit of this. And all of a sudden I'm like tweaking my website. And I'm like, that wasn't even, why am I doing that? Like I will waffle in my energy. So I know in my everyday life, I see this huge in my own life. I have to decide what I'm doing. So with manifestation, most people, as I say, are trying to manifest without ever actually deciding, because deciding takes a life force energy. It takes a sense of self. It takes some inner power in a way to go like, that's it, I'm deciding. So manifestation isn't wanting and hoping and even just vision boarding, meaning like, hopefully this all happens. It's, if you're doing that, you're sitting on the fence. And I've done this a lot. And this is why I'm coming to you today, because I like to pull episodes from what I'm actually going through or what I see in my clients. And that's basically where I get all of these episodes from, is the things that I can deeply relate to or the exact things I'm seeing in my clients or in the community. So if you're sitting on the fence, the universe sits on the fence. The universe always mirrors you back. Life mirrors you back. Opportunity mirrors you back. If you pause, it pauses. If you're hoping, it's hoping. If you're wanting, that means you don't have, right? So it's not bad to want things, but if you're going like, oh, I want a new car, I want a new car, I want a new car, that wanting is like, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. But when we decide, okay, it's time. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I am ready and worthy of a new vehicle. So let's start taking some action. That's what deciding does. Deciding is going like, okay, this is what's happening. And so I'm just going to go to why I'm saying deciding like that so many times. The root word of decide, it comes from the Latin side. And side means to cut off. For example, pesticide, genocide, homicide, it literally means to cut off. So when you decide, you don't just choose a path, you cut off other options. So now I can stop saying decide like that. And if I do, you can see what I'm saying. Decide, like cut off. We stop waiting. We stop entertaining backup plans. We stop asking for one more sign before we do it, and we walk into a new room and close the door behind us. And I know there's probably been a time in your life when you do overhaul your health or your relationships, or you decide to move or quit a job. And yeah, after you decide, there's probably a lot of like mental, like, are we sure? Oh my God, right? But you've decided. So like, Kate, my mind's going to like do the like inflatable tube man, blah. But I've decided that's it. And if someone's like, well, I don't know, do you really want to do it? And you go, psht, I hear you. Thanks for your concern. I've decided. Do you feel that energy in decide? To cut off other options, to stop waiting. So I want to give you an example of how I see this again play out in my everyday life. I love to fast, and I will do longer fasts, like 36 and 40 hours and stuff like that. And when I'm going to fast, I swear it's like 100% mental, because I'll be fine. I will survive. It actually makes me thrive, and it has me feel filled with energy. But when my mind is going, should I fast tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, okay, I'll see. I'm not going to do it. I swear. I just witness myself all the time, and I kind of laugh, not at myself, but like, oh, that was funny. The foundation is shaky. So if I'm like, well, tomorrow, like, okay, like the kids, and like I do have to cook dinner, but like, we'll just see how I feel. And then like 3:00 comes around and I feel really hungry and my mind's not in it. And then I start going, well, do I really need to be doing this? Like blah, blah, blah. And my mind starts, right? Getting in there. And that could be anything for you. It could be exercise. It could be saving money. It could be health. It could be whatever. Because I didn't decide. I didn't cut off other options. But when I fast, which I do often for, something like 40, the other day was 44 hours, I decided. And so then I'm like, okay, keep my water close, my apple cider vinegar water, my lemon water, my hot water, my cold water, my tea, keep it all close. I've got ice cubes going. I've got the kettle going. I am making sure I get through this. I go to bed at like 9 p.m., let my body rest. I decided. So even if my husband goes, oh, I brought, chocolate home for us to have as a treat or something, I'm like, I'm fasting. I can have that tomorrow. And I actually look at it like that, where I go, he may be eating food or have a treat or something, but I go, I've got my own thing going on. And this is pretty exciting over here. Like fasting is pretty thrilling for the health geek. It just feels so good. So instead of like when I'm not decided, I'm like, oh, that fresh bread really looks good. Like maybe I could, that's the not deciding. The deciding, it becomes a wall where I'm like, no, I'm actually fine. Literally, the other day I came home fasting and my husband had cooked like burger patties with like bacon in them, and the whole house smelled. And I was like, wow, this is more tough, but I've decided. So I'm going to go have a shower, and I'm going to get my tea, and I'm going to curl up in bed and read a little bit, or just, go to bed. And that's what I did, because I had decided. So it doesn't really matter what everyone else is doing or what life is doing. But when I don't decide, then I'm like, oh, I don't know. And Thursday we're going out to eat. So I'll stop using examples from my own life. But I want you to just feel that. The moment you decide, your energy shifts and the path starts rearranging for you. So energetically, universally, this is how I see it, is once we decide, it's like we've committed to a certain path. So maybe we decide that we're going to, become healthier and certain things. We're going to go for a walk every day. That path now becomes open. So as you fearlessly decide and venture on that path, now that's when the universe can support you. So this is when you've decided and you've gone for a few walks, and then one day you're out there and you run into a neighbor, and the neighbor's like, I just started going for walks. And you're like, hey, do you want to go together on blah, blah, blah mornings or whatever? And they're like, yeah, that sounds good. And you start making a new friendship because you decided and you got out there. Or you find a really inspiring YouTuber that talks about the power of walking, or you read a book about something, or it really starts like helping your health. And so you start to get where you really love it and it's no longer hard. As you decide, the path starts rearranging, I promise. When my clients decide to start a business, that is much different than I want to start a business. When my clients decide to work with me, there's a power that they feel in like, whoa, we're doing this. When they decide to become healthier, or to journal in the mornings, or to look after their mental or physical health, whatever it is, when you decide this is the year I'm going to make more money, this is the year that I'm giving back to myself, that is a powerful energy. And I know you felt that before. And this is energetically where we open a path. So if you think of the universe mirroring us back, and we're going like, oh, should I? Like even my analogy or my example of the fasting. Should I fast tomorrow? Should I fast? That's the energy I'm getting back. Right? That's the energy I'm getting. So then if someone's like, ooh, there's a thing here, like chocolate, or this smells good, I'm more like, oh, like my energy can kind of, wish you could see my hand gestures right now, but my energy gets kind of sucked in to that. Whereas when I've decided, the universe responds to that. So when I walk in, it becomes easier for me to quote unquote resist the smell of like bacon in the house or something like that. And then I brush my teeth, I go to bed, and I get this feeling of self-love, being proud of myself. I was literally going to bed going like, good job, you, because I made the decision. And so I get rewarded, whether it's in feelings, in results, in quote unquote determination and willpower and all that. It's not trying harder. It's the power of deciding. Remember, when you decide, you cut off other options. So of course, as we go through life, I believe in the power of choice, and I'm not going to go totally into the difference between choice and deciding. And I think there's a time and a place for all of it. I also think that you can decide something and you can change your mind as you are given new information. So say you decide to go out for walks every day for your health, and then pretty soon you start thinking about like, oh, it'd be fun to go to a certain class. And then maybe you're not going for walks as much because now in the mornings you're going to Pilates. That's fine. It's not like cut out other options forever, but you get it. The life force energy, the confidence, the sense of self behind deciding. In that example, you're still deciding you're going to get healthier. It's just that maybe you shift from walking to weightlifting, or, the schedule changes, but you still decided. That's why you were opened up to like a class or a walking buddy or something, because you decided. Does that make sense? It's so powerful. So indecision is a silent energy leak. Indecision is a loop. It's a stall. It's the fear-soaked maybe that keeps us out of alignment. Is this going to be the year I get healthier? Is this going to be the year I finally step out into the world and do something, right? The maybe keeps us stuck. It does for me anyway. And when I avoid deciding, it's usually because I don't think I maybe can do it. Or I know for a lot of people, they might avoid because they don't want to get it, or they might avoid deciding because they don't want to get it wrong, right? So we talked about this on the path, a deep dive into like the fear. It unlocks your intuition when you move through the fear of getting it wrong. So if you remember over there on the path, we talked about this, but we may avoid deciding for a lot of reasons. But here's the truth. There's no wrong move when it's led by your soul, when it's something you really want. And even let's not make it so deep, led by your soul. If it's something you really want, if it is your health, if it is your wealth, if it is your liveliness, if it is your freedom, the quality of your life, you deserve it. You deserve to decide to get healthy. You deserve to decide to invest in yourself, or to give back to yourself, or to move, or to travel, or to write a book, or whatever it is that you're not making the decision about, that it feels waffly. None of it can happen when you stay in limbo. Clarity lives on the other side of the decision. Hear that. Clarity lives on the other side of the decision. So when you say like, is this the year? Can I get healthy? Should I do this? Should I do that? As soon as you just make the decision, no matter what it takes, I don't know what it's going to take, and I'm kind of scared and I'm not sure, but F it, I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to live a life where I feel lit up and thriving. Once you make that decision, the clarity comes on the other side. So you start going for walks, as I say, and then you realize like walking actually feels really good and you want to do more walking, but you didn't realize how good this felt. And then maybe you're jogging, or you find something else. You might even end up in martial arts in 5 years. Clarity will come when you decide to start the business. Then your brain starts going, okay, what do we do? And if you don't know how to create an Instagram account or a website, you start Googling it because you're like, I've decided. And I feel such a powerful difference in me when I'm deciding versus being in indecision. And I have to call myself out or, in love, bring awareness to it every day. Because I'm like, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Even if it's recording day, I'm like, okay, should I record this for that? Should I record? And I just have to decide. I just go, well, what makes the most sense? What's important? List it all out. And I start going through it one by one. And that's not even usually my personality. I'm kind of like a free spirit, creative. It's not all about the plan and the structure, but I realize if I waffle in indecision, I'm not getting anything done. And that is such a metaphor that is, or a reflection that's the same in your everyday life, the examples of your day, but it's the same in the things you want to accomplish, the things that you're here to quote unquote manifest, to create for yourself, to move into, to heal. The decision that you deserve it, the decision that no matter what you've been through, you are getting to the other side of this. You are creating the dream. You deserve to live happy and healthy, and that's it. Decision made. So when you decide, you also step into your next level identity. As I'm talking about that confidence, that life force energy that it takes to decide. To decide, you know what? I deserve better than this. I need to leave this relationship. Or decide, you know what? Come April, I'm done at this job. You know those times you've done that, and then you're like, oh, I'm so glad. Or decide to go on the trip. Start saving for it. Decide that you're ready for a new vehicle. Whatever it is, when you decide, you step into your next level identity. You become the version of you who makes choices like that, who makes moves, who loves herself and trusts in that. The part of you that believes in yourself. That is that next level identity. When you decide to trust in yourself, you make different choices. When you decide to grow the business, to heal your body, to take the leap, to get healthy, now it opens up, okay, what am I led to do from there? Not what do I do out in the world? It's I'm making the decision what feels right. And I know sometimes I don't advertise like take desperate action, but I know sometimes when I've had rock bottoms, if it's like with my chronic pain or something going on, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I'm just going to start meditating every day again. And it'll be the simplest thing. Like I'm breaking down and I don't know what else to do. So let's meditate. Let's look after myself like 10 times 10. Or maybe I'm feeling frustrated in something and it's like, that rock bottom-y feeling happens and it's like, you know what? I'm going to get out of this. That's it. What do I feel like I need to do? Well, I'm not going to do this anymore and I'm going to start doing more of this. It's like it comes forward the second you actually make the decision. And my team right now is showing me like the image of a door and how on one side of the door is like, should I, shouldn't I, like forever. But once you step through the door, it becomes much more solid. And it's like, okay, try this. Okay, try that. There's one side or the other. There's indecision and then decision. So this is embodying that next level self. This is going after what you desire. This is realizing that manifestation doesn't drop from the clouds. Money doesn't drop from the clouds. You decide. And by deciding, you start to embody. And when you embody, you shift your frequency. And answers, clarity, your next step, intuition, synchronicities, things start coming through. So every time you decide something for yourself, you're saying to your inner self, I've got this, let's do this, I'm worthy of this. This is how you rebuild self-trust. This is how you rebuild self-love. This is how you reclaim leadership in your own life, to be a self-led seeker. So every time you delay or question or avoid or stay in indecision, you reinforce doubt. And again, I deal with this all the time, so I completely get it. And I have to catch myself, like with this goal, with this desire, with this next project. I've been waffling in if I should or not. What would happen if I just decided? Because it's an energy. Deciding is an energy that spawns new actions. What if you became unavailable for anything less than your expansion? What if your success became so inevitable because you decided? And that's what has you move forward. F it. Like, I don't know what to do next, but I decided. My success is inevitable. I am doing this. I was not born to stay small, to stay, disconnected from my power. I'm here to rock this lifetime. I'm here to heal generational stuff, cellular stuff, inner child stuff. I'm here to create and rise and help people and be a lighthouse. I've decided that's it. That is so powerful. And that's what I want to pass on to you today, that energy of you've got this. Decide that you are worth that next goal, that next thing, that life that you say you want so badly that we both know you are completely worthy of and meant to experience in this lifetime. This is what your, not end result like end of life, but this is what you're meant to create, what you see in your mind's eye. Whether it's filled with good friends or vacations or a beautiful home or partners or children or pets or land or whatever it is you see in your mind's eye. That is what you are meant for. Decide that. If nothing else, decide, F it. I am now quantum leaping. I am now moving into that life that I see in my mind's eye. So I want you to reflect as we wrap up. What have I been sitting on or waiting for something before acting? Where have I been in indecision? And what would it look like and what do I feel would shift if I fully decided today? And what is the version of me who decided we're doing that thing? That's it. This is our time. This is our year. This is our month. This is our day. We are doing it. How does that version of me think, feel, act? Just embody them for a second. That version that's like, F it, I'm making decisions. I'm CEO energy of my life. And what is a brave micro action that you can take to anchor in this decision? You make the decision and the universe goes, okay, show me. You're like, fine, I'm going for a walk. Fine, I'm paying my bills. I'm going to the yoga class. Okay, I genuinely hope that this served you. And if all of this resonates, I encourage you to decide to come to the retreat. I know, super cheesy. To come to the retreat in September. We are filling up. I'm seeing so many of you checking out the sales page and wanting to make this a reality. And so many of you that have already booked and you're showing me your flights. And it's just so exciting. So I encourage you to check that out if it has been calling to you. Make the decision. Decide if it resonates with you. Okay, I'll stop. And you can also check out, as I mentioned before, the Path app, as well as the On the Path private podcast. I'm so excited about everything. Thank you for being here in this episode. This is definitely a powerful one, and I hope that it helps you to move forward. Okay, I will see you in the next recording. Hey, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really hope that it served you. So before you go, I want to share something with you. If you're loving these conversations about self-growth and healing and moving forward, and you're really ready for more tools, more implementation, more integration, more structure, more what do I do? I invite you over to On the Path. This is my only private community, and honestly, it's the place to be if you want to integrate, if you want to deepen your journey and you find my work helpful. Here's the vibe: bite-sized practices, ongoing support, deep dive episodes, weekly practices, monthly challenges, literally just keeping you on your path, showing up for yourself day by day, week by week, month by month. So this is where you really put it into action, and I've got your back with these assignments, tools, practices, shifts, deep dives, meditations, journal prompts, and literally everything you could need to carve out your unique journey of self-growth, self-healing, and transformation. So I'm not going to go on and on. If you feel called, you feel called. And if you check below, because you made it all the way to the end of this, you'll find a link to join On the Path for the first month for only $11. So after that, it's just $27 a month and you can go at any time. Okay, my love, I genuinely hope this episode lit you up, and I can't wait to welcome you over to On the Path, and I cannot wait to see you also in the next episode. Thanks so much and have a great day.